say, "We should hang out sometime." You respond with, "Aw, you're so sweet," thereby technically responding to his text in a nice way, while curving the conversation away from the idea of actually hanging out. Deep like. Contrary to what you might be thinking, no, this is not when you like someone a whole lot. A deep like is when you're stalking your crush's Instagram feed and you accidentally like a pic from, say, 5 years ago, thereby completely outing yourself in your social media stalking ways. Sorry, friends, not even putting your phone on rice will get you out of this one. Dial toning. When you give someone your digits, they reach out, and you never respond. Dog fishing. When guys post multiple pics with their dogs on dating apps to appear extra cute and cuddly to the opposite sex. Double booker. Mandy Original. A person who books more than one date in one day. Double texting. When you text someone twice or more times in a row before they have responded to your first text. Exting. Mandy Original. Texting your ex. Fleabagging. When you keep choosing to date guys who are the absolute worst for you over and over and over and over and over and over again. Ghosting. Possibly the first and most well-known of the modern dating terms. Ghosting is when you are talking to or dating someone and they disappear into thin air, never to be heard from again. Or possibly to be heard from again if they zombie you. Ghosting usually comes out of nowhere, with no apparent warning signs, and typically leaves the ghosted feeling completely hurt and baffled. Most ghosting tends to take place in the early stages of dating. However, some people have been known to ghost on long-term relationships. When this happens, there's not much the ghosted can do except pick up the pieces and move on. Glamboozled. When you're all decked out in your LBD, little black dress, and ready for date night, and your date bails on you at the last minute via text. Haunted house. When you are at the same function as 2 or more people who ghosted you. #awkward. Houdiniing. More of a gradual ghosting. This is when, instead of disappearing abruptly, the person you're dating slowly tapers off their communication until one day they just, poof, disappear into thin air. Kitten fishing. When someone showcases photos of themselves that are all 10+ years old on dating apps, meaning they're kinda catfishing you with the past version of them. Leave him/her on red. Phones have a setting that allows you to turn on read receipts so a sender can see when you've read their text. The reference, leave him on red or leave her on red, basically means you've read their text but didn't respond, either purposely or not purposely. But most of the time, as it is related to this reference, it's purposely. Usually when you leave someone on red, it's to send the message that you're upset with them, you're over their nonsense, or you're just not that into them. Love bombing. When someone wines and dines and romances you so hard you feel like Cinderella at the ball meeting her dashing Prince Charming. A person who love bombs is a first-class future faker, and within a week will be dropping the L-bomb and making plans to meet your parents. The problem? When the clock strikes midnight, the roses and candy and cute pet names and empty promises and declarations of love will all disappear faster than Cinderella's carriage turned into a pumpkin. Because you've been hit by, you've been struck by, a love bomber. Michael Myers, Mandy Original. Inspired by the villain who simply won't die in the Halloween movies. A Michael Myers is an ex who keeps popping up in your life, and you can't seem to get rid of him no matter what you do. Monkeying. When someone hops from relationship to relationship at breakneck speed, also known as a serial dater. Mosted, Mandy Original. When a man does the absolute most to come across as a good guy, sweet, innocent, maybe even a little nerdy, only to end up being a bad boy, player, cheater, ghoster. This is sort of a second cousin to the love bomber, except minus the grand romantic gestures. Netflix and chill. When your love interest invites you